No. 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 Oh! I need answers. For years, this nightmare fuel has been poisoning my brain. And today, I finally have the courage to face it. Do these obscenities actually exist? Or did I just sniff too many magic markers as a kid? It's probably that one, but we're gonna find out. Alice in Wonderland is an abomination from the bottomless pit. No one in their right mind would consider this an appropriate film for children, let alone a Disney classic. What? So today is the day we are going to unpack my childhood trauma. We are going to face my greatest fear and rewatch this children's horror film. Because that's all it is. It's a horror film for kids. By kids. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's right. I hated this guy. Oh my gosh.
Why? What did happen to the oyster?
You wouldn't be interested.
But I am.
Oh, no, you're in much too much of a hurry.
Well, perhaps I could spare a little time.
I hate this manipulation. Ugh.
This is making me sick.
Yeah.
You're passing up a golden opportunity.
I am?
You can be famous.
I can?
Of course.
There's so much manipulation in this film. It's disgusting. There goes Bill.
There goes Bill.
Oh, just the smile.
That was brilliant, and the side he told said he'd be kind
Oh my gosh. I just hope I don't have dreams about that cat. This is what scared me the most as a child, was when she was lost in the forest and like no one's helping her. She's like, oh, I'm not even sure if I'll ever get home. That was terrifying as a child.
Ah! With their heads!
Everybody loves that idea.
Do you want us both to lose our heads?
Someone's head will roll for this. Years!
So, what everyone wants to know, was my childhood trauma justified? 100%. Absolutely. Yes. And if this video hasn't convinced you yet, you're probably a descendant of the Committee of Magic Marker Smellers. The film is full of psychotics, nightmare scenarios, confusion, discombobulation. Just imagine for a minute that feeling that you got when you lost your mom in the grocery store. You're like 2 feet tall, staring at the candies, wondering if you can take one without anyone noticing, and you turn back around and your mom is gone. You freeze, and then the panic starts to set in as you search the sea of people, but you can't find your mom anywhere. Instead, there's a bunch of strangers around you. Someone rudely tells you to move. You finally sit down and cry for your mom, and no one stops to help. The people around you are mean, scary strangers pretending not to hear your cries. This is the exact emotion I felt while watching Alice in Wonderland as a child. Watching this girl, only a few years older than me, crying for help only to be met by rude, scary, creepy people who laugh and stare instead of helping the helpless. To me, Alice is the embodiment of the lost child in the grocery store who never found her mom. And that feeling of pure helplessness has traumatized me to this day. I hate this film. Watching it again only solidified that hate. It makes me sick. It makes my skin crawl. Deep breath. Deep breath. Okay, we're not here to spiral. We're here to get answers. And after much painstaking research, okay, I Googled it, but you know, that's still some effort. I have the answers to my questions. Questions like, why was this film made? Who wrote the book and why on earth they wrote it? And how the heck did it get so popular to be labeled a classic? I have all the answers now, and I'm gonna share them with you. So, let's start with the book. Written by some Anglican deacon named Lewis Carroll. Not sure what kind of things this deacon was thinking about, but it doesn't seem holy or good to me. Carroll made up the original story during a boat ride with a little girl named Alice. The story was completely nonsensical on purpose. Carroll treated it as some sort of thought experiment, a mental playground to mess with the rules of logic, if you will. For whatever reason, the random little girl, Alice, was completely enthralled with it and asked him to pen it down for her, which he did. The film was born because Walt Disney loved Carroll's work. Don't ask me why he loved it, even Google doesn't know. Walt wanted to take Carroll's playground and bring it to life. However, he was never really happy with how Alice in Wonderland turned out. He said it had no heart and it was filled with weird characters. Yeah, duh. Even Walt Disney didn't like the Alice in Wonderland film. So, why in the world did it become popular? A classic, even. It was kind of one of those things that got famous for how bad it was. Well, trippy, I should say. The 60s and 70s is really when this horror film took off because of its countercultural trends and its psychedelic trip-like scenes. Watching the film became a pastime for college students who were bent out on LSD. So that's probably why it has a creepy vibe, because it's a druggy movie. Remember, cats, not drugs. Except this one. This one can burn. It's a new day, you can tell by my shirt, and I have a few more thoughts about Alice in Wonderland after I've given it a little time to think it over and sleep on it. So here's my last thought. Alice in Wonderland is better left to the imagination. Let me explain. I feel pretty sorry for him, but I think Walt missed the whole point of Alice in Wonderland. It was supposed to be a whimsical fantasy that engaged the imagination of children. I really think that's why the book was so popular, because of the creative imagery it forms in your mind's eye. You have to imagine all these weird concepts that you don't see in the real world, and you have to make them form together in your mind. That's just explaining what imagination is, but that's what the book would do. Then when you take those images out of your brain and try to show them to somebody, they're going to be a little creeped out because what you imagined is not sane. And when you take those images out of your brain and put them on a screen, it takes away the need to imagine it for yourself. When you picture something in your mind, it's not very vivid or real. At least mine isn't. If I said, picture a yellow elephant, you could do it. Easy. Yellow elephant. There it is, yeah. But if I showed you a picture of a yellow elephant, look, there's a yellow elephant. There's a huge difference. It's a lot more real than the image in your mind. It's the same thing in Alice in Wonderland. Showing you what Wonderland looks like makes it much more real than telling you. And if there's any part of Wonderland that's kind of creepy when you read it, how much more creepy will it feel when you watch it? Anyway, those are a couple more thoughts I had on Alice in Wonderland, but I still have one big question, and it's probably the biggest question of them all. Why did my parents let me watch Alice in Wonderland when I was 1 year old? So I'm gonna give them a call, and hopefully I can get an apology. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
All right, so why did you guys let me watch Alice in Wonderland when I was like 3 years old?
What? I think it just got plugged in sometime. I don't think I ever hey, let's watch Alice in Wonderland. I think Andrew probably plopped it in the VCR and you guys were watching it. Okay,
It's
I'm blaming
Andrew's
it on
fault.
Andrew.
Yeah. So did your parents have you watch it when you were a kid?
I actually, I've never seen it, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I was familiar with it, so
Okay.
I must have watched it. I think for the sake that it was a classic, Mom probably watched it. Did it give you nightmares?
Oh, I hated Alice in Wonderland when I was little. I don't think it gave me nightmares, but if I did have nightmares, it would be about that.
That would be it, huh?
That would be it.
Yeah.
I'm there with you in spirit, man. If I would have known it was happening, I would have shut it off.
Well, that's worth something, I guess. Thank you for watching. If you like this new style of content, leave a like. And if you really liked it, tell me in the comments. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Whee!